is Allison. I'm the Programs, Outreach, and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me for another special Halloween edition of Book Chat Kids. All October long, I am going to be showcasing some of my favorite scary middle grade books for you to hopefully read to get you in the Halloween mindset. Today I have brought one of my favorites. It's called Took, a Ghost Story, and it's by Mary Downing Hahn, who has written a lot of spooky tales in her time. This one's my absolute favorite. It's the first that I read by her, so of course I'm partial to liking it. I'm going to read you the back summary. Daniel and his sister Erica didn't want to move to rural West Virginia. Their new home is a rundown old farm surrounded by woods, miles from town. The local kids treat Daniel and Erica as snobby outsiders and frighten them with strange stories about their house and a witch called Old Auntie. Erica withdraws further into herself, holding long conversations with her doll, and their parents grow increasingly unhappy in their new surroundings. At first, Daniel dismisses the tales of the witch and her man-eating razorback hog, Bloody Bones, as superstitious nonsense. But gradually he is forced to believe that Erica is in real danger. When Erica vanishes, he knows she's been took, and he must summon all his courage to confront Old Auntie and take his sister back. So this book, it clocks in at 264 pages. I would definitely recommend this book for upper elementary and middle school kids. The first time that I read this book, I was in my mid-20s and was reading it home alone at night, and honestly got so scared that I didn't even leave my bed until someone else came home and I could get up to close the curtains because it really scared me. So, and I watch and read a lot of scary things. So it is pretty scary, so I would make sure that whoever's reading it doesn't spook too easily, but really enjoys a good scare. The action of the book is really great because Daniel, much like many other characters in children's literature, has to do things by himself. His parents become increasingly withdrawn as they kind of come under the spell of Old Auntie, and he has to figure out things for himself. And things get a little bit more complicated when a girl who previously vanished 50 years ago reappears around the same time that his sister Erica disappears. One of my favorite things about scary books is in the beginning when, you know, all the foundation's getting laid for the spookiness of the tale. So I really like things that, you know, kind of foreshadow the ominous nature of the rest of the book. So I'm going to read you an excerpt from when Daniel kind of starts to think that there's something going on. And they're taking the bus home. Again, they live in the very, very rural area of town, way out on the outskirts. Finally, there was only one kid on the bus beside Erica and me. Despite the lurching ride, he staggered up the aisle and sat down in front of us. Leaning over the back of the seat, he stared at us. He was maybe 10 years old, a scrawny boy with dingy blonde hair and sad brown eyes. He looked as if soap was not used in his house, either on him or on his clothes. "My stop is the last one," he said. "Did you forget to get off?" "No," I said. "We're the last stop." He shook his head. "There's no stop after mine." "We just moved here," I told him. "We live on a farm just over the bridge." His eyes widened. "You live on the Estes family farm?" "Maybe. I don't know who used to live in our house." I glanced at Erica, who was staring at the boy. "Is there something wrong with where we live?" she asked. "That's where the girl disappeared," he said. "What girl?" I nudged her. "Don't listen to him. He's just trying to scare us." He looked at me. "I'm not lying if that's what you think. Just ask anybody about Celine Estes. They'll tell you." He shoved his face close to Erica's. "Something got her and drug her away, and nobody ever saw her again." Erica drew back, her eyes fearful. "Nothing dragged her away," I told him. "She got lost and fell off a cliff or something." "Ha!" the boy said. "That's what you think. There's things out in these woods people from Connecticut ain't never heard of." So again, I really like when the foundation's being laid for all the scariness. It's a very, very good book. Very scary in my opinion. If you're looking for something maybe a little less scary by the same author, I would definitely recommend checking out some of her other books. I personally think this is one of her scarier titles, but if you like this one or one of her other books, you can just, go through all of the books that she's written because she writes a lot of great scary tales. I hope that you'll come back next time for another scary book during the month of October. And if you check out Took or any of the other Mary Downing Hahn books, please let me know how you liked it or any other book in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for fun, scary books to read during October, let me know as well. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.